Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and today Apple released watchOS 9.2 to the public. This is available to the Apple Watch Series 4 all the way up to the Apple Watch Ultra, and it's available everywhere around the world at the exact same time. This was released along with a bunch of other updates such as iOS 16.2 and more. And so we'll talk about what's new, but the first thing is it came in at 208 megabytes. That's on the Apple Watch Ultra. It's a fairly small update as far as the install, but it has a lot of nice little features, changes, and improvements. And the first thing that's new has to do with workouts. So if you're going into a workout, I have my action button set to a workout. If you're using a run workout, so if you're doing an outdoor run, it will now automatically detect when you arrive at a track and provide track-specific metrics if it has that track in its sort of database. So if it has that, you'll have more information as far as the run goes. Also, if you use your outdoor run a lot, it will now let you race against yourself on that outdoor run, an outdoor cycle, or outdoor wheelchair workout. So it will remember what the overall time was if you're repeating a route over and over, and then allow you to race against yourself on that. It also has a new kickboxing algorithm. So if we scroll down all the way to kickboxing, and if you're using kickboxing a lot, there's a new algorithm that allows for more accurate metrics, where before it was working okay, but apparently it needed more accurate metric updating, so that's been fixed in this update. If you're using your Apple Watch with AirPods Pro, AirPods Pro 2, or AirPods Max, there's some new information in the Noise app. So let me go ahead and connect the AirPods. I'll put them in my ears. And if we go into the Noise app, give it a moment here to load, you'll see here's the current ambient noise as I'm speaking, about 67 to 68 decibels. It will vary, of course, based on my voice. But if I put my AirPods Pro in my ears, the AirPods Pro 2, it will actually take into account that I have noise-canceling headphones in my ears and drop down what the decibel level should be based off of what I can hear in my ears. So instead of being closer to 70 decibels, we're closer to 40 decibels now. So it's a nice little feature update that they've added if you're using noise-canceling AirPods. If you have a bunch of smart devices around your house and you use the Home app, you can now invite different family members under Family Setup to control different things in your house, such as HomePod speakers and smart home accessories, and even unlock doors with home keys in the wallet. So you can easily invite them now. Also, if you're using the Wallet app, if you use Wallet, you'll now be able to use the Apple Savings account option and see your balance within the Wallet app itself if you've signed up for that. So that's something that's a little bit new as far as features. Under accessibility, if we scroll down and go down to assistive touch and enable that, they've made some improvements with this. So if I put on the watch and we have assistive touch options turned on where it recognizes hand gestures and more, and as you can see with assistive touch enabled, it's super fast as far as its overall response time and accuracy. So as I move the cursor around, it works really quickly now, and also hand gestures have been improved. So maybe if we dwell on something here, and maybe move once, we just pinch our fingers. Let's dwell on that again. We can pinch our fingers once and it understands it a little bit better. So it's a little easier to navigate if you're using this feature. There's also some bug fixes and improvements. The first thing they've fixed has to do with emergency SOS and crash detection. They've improved or optimized crash detection just like they did in iOS 16.2 with the iPhone 14 series. They've optimized it on the latest watches with the Apple Watch Ultra, Apple Watch Series 8, and Apple Watch SE 2nd generation, maybe to help prevent it accidentally triggering if you're on a roller coaster, and recently those on ski slopes. So it's hopefully going to recognize more when you're in those sort of situations or scenarios on a roller coaster in a theme park, and hopefully not trigger as much. Of course, you could always turn it off there, but you want to make sure you turn it back on when you're in your vehicle. They've fixed a bug for the display that could cause the incorrect watch time immediately after dismissing the alarm if you're using a sleep focus. So if you're using sleep focus and you dismissed it, sometimes the information could be incorrect as far as the time. They've also fixed a bug for causing interruptions to mindfulness sessions. So if you're using the mindfulness app and maybe you were in the middle of meditation, or another one of the features here with Reflect, it would sometimes be interrupted. That has been resolved in this update. As far as security updates go, Apple has updated quite a bit this time around with security. On Apple's security website, I'll link it in the description, you can see all of the different releases today. And if we go to watchOS 9.2, wait for it to load and scroll down, you can see that they've updated quite a few things, from accounts, Apple AVD, Apple Mobile File Integrity, core services, and on and on. So there's quite a few things here. Like I said, I'll link it in the description, and if you want to read it, you can take a look at it here, and it says it's available for Apple Watch Series 4 for the software update, security update. It says impact, or the issue, was a user may be able to elevate privileges. The description, or the fix, was an access issue existed with privileged API calls. This issue was addressed with additional restrictions. And then it gives the CVE number and who submitted the patch. And that's something that you can read through for all of the updates today. Lots of different changes and security updates. And so that brings me to, should you install watchOS 9.2? Well, with the updates and fixes and features I mentioned, absolutely. For the security updates alone, I would highly recommend it, and it's definitely something I would do. As far as overall battery life and performance, let's go into our settings. If we go down to battery here, under battery, you'll see I'm at 91%. I took this off the charger at about 9 a.m. this morning, and it's now 1:59 p.m. And if we go to battery health, you'll see I still have that accessibility feature on. We're at 100%. It's a new watch. I would expect that. Updates don't degrade the overall battery health. They just recheck it. So as the battery gets older, it ages, has a lot of cycles and charges, it will degrade over time. It's just the nature of batteries until someone invents a better one. As far as overall performance seems to be quite good. If we go into shortcuts, I rarely open that. If we go into sleep, well, we did that one earlier. If we go into maybe stocks, I don't open that very often as well. So everything seems to be nice and fast, as you would expect. And as we take a look at Lumi, this is the app I actually have in the center of my watch face here. For those wondering what watch face I'm using, this is actually Infograph. So if we go into Infograph, you'll see Infograph Modular, or it just says Modular. We can edit this, and I just customized it to look how I wanted it to. So the complications are the date in the upper right, messages on the left, the app Lumi I just showed you in the middle. That's actually a paid app. It shows golden hour, or the best time to actually take photos during the morning or afternoon. Then we have the temperature, our compass, and music. So it's a pretty simple watch face. I use that one and the Wayfinder watch face that's specific to the Ultra. But that's what the watch face is, as many of you ask about that. As far as the next updates, I would expect the next updates or beta to be probably by the end of this week, with the final release probably sometime in January or February. So we'll move into iOS 9.3 betas, as well as watchOS 9.3 betas, and macOS and all of the others. So we'll probably see that before the holidays. Apple will take a break or vacation between the holidays and New Year's, and then probably the week after that, second or third week of January, we'll start to see the second betas. So that's typically what they do every year. That's what we can expect. Be sure to check out the other video where I go over 35 new features, changes, and updates in iOS 16.2, including freeform and all of the different changes with advanced security protection and more on this update with always on display, and tons of other changes and features in Apple Music Sing. Let me know what your favorite feature of the latest update is for watchOS 9.2 and iOS. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Of course, I'll link this wallpaper in the description like I normally do, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.